50 to 80% of their calories are from carbohydrates. And I'm not talking about drinking pop. 50 to 80% of the calories are from carbohydrates for the longest living people in the world. The average weight loss was 3.5 pounds. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to RevitaLiving.Health. One of our favorite topics today, good carbohydrates. You're not going to want to miss toward the end of the video how people feel, their stories after they've subsisted solely on high carb foods for 10 days. Fruit, grains, corn, beans, peas, rice, potatoes, pasta, sweet fruits. So thanks for listening. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. If we're wanting to improve with our weight management, disease risk, mental health, I'm going to be able to today give you your carbs back first thing. So I want to give you some really good news. I know living longer, living happier, and living better is good news, but also not having to avoid grains and fruits like we've been told by the trendy health gurus on the internet in recent years. Have you ever heard of the blue zones? That's in scientific research in medical circles. The blue zones are populations of people that have been studied in depth who are the world's longest living people. They're thriving. And they have found one of the facets of one of them, many facets, basically everything I'm teaching here this morning, but one of them is they aren't low carb. 50 to 80% of their calories are from carbohydrates. And I'm not talking about drinking pop and eating candy. We're talking about real food like you see on the screen. 50 to 80% of the calories are from carbohydrates for the longest living people in the world. So I was skeptical personally of this anti-carb craze. And what I decided to do was, from my email newsletter, try to recruit as many people as I could to do a 10-day challenge. And I called it the Carbo Challenge. Now, of thousands of people who read our emails through our ministry, I was able to find 22. Praise God for those 22. It's better than 2 because it's a decent population size to give us something to go on. But 22 people, actually I found 60. 22 people actually went through with it. 22 people, and I said, here's the challenge. You subsist for 10 days only on this list of 12 demonized high carb foods. Weigh yourself at the beginning and do waist to height, and weigh yourself at the end. 10 days of only eating this list of 12 foods. This is not a recommended diet, of course. This is a trial to just test these high carb foods to see if they are indeed weight gainer foods or not. And here were the results. The 22 individuals who completed the Carbo Challenge, the average weight loss was 3.5 pounds in 10 days. Subsisting solely. And I told them, you can eat as much of it as you want. It was on intermittent fasting, the 2-meal-a-day plan, which we'll come back to later. So you're not just like snacking all day. That's not a good health principle. I wouldn't ask people to do that. But they lost weight, 3.5 pounds on average. Now, even better than that was the mental well-being response that their bodies gave to them when we live in line with what is healthy. This person said, I also am one who has stayed away from the high carb foods like bananas and potatoes and pasta. Oh yeah, what were the foods? Fruit, grains, corn, beans, peas, rice, potatoes, pasta, sweet fruits, all of that kind of stuff. He says, doing this challenge was very much for me to test this theory. I'm thrilled that these foods are not causing weight gain. Now, I told you the mental benefit as well. We'll get to that. It was delightful to see some shrinking of the menopausal tummy, this lady said, which despite a good diet and exercise was not budging before this, lost 4.5 pounds. I wake up less bloated and I feel slimmer and more comfortable in my body. I felt lighter. I have lost 3 inches around my stomach, which I'm very happy about. Other people wrote about how they had heartburn go away, their joints were less achy, and just inflammation was going down if you want the medical nerdy stuff. But this is the mental health questionnaire we gave to our participants. We said, which of the following 7 categories of mental well-being did you find improved during the 10 days? Irritability versus peace. Depression versus happiness, brain fog versus mental clarity, energy level, anger versus calm, spirituality versus neglect of the Lord, lust versus self-control, stress level improved. 20 out of 22 people said they found measurable improvements in one or more of these categories. And the 2 that didn't, they were already pretty much eating this way, the way that I teach this morning anyway, so they just didn't find a lot of changes across the board. So those who made major changes, 100% of them them found that they had a better mind and emotions. That's pretty awesome.
This is Scott Ritsema with RevitaLiving.health.